Good afternoon, students. In the last class, we were studied about enthalpy of a reaction, isn't it? What is enthalpy of a reaction, student? What do you mean by enthalpy of a reaction? See, we already know if we are considering any substance or any electrochemical or chemical thermodynamic reaction, yes, in that case, the change in enthalpy or energy required for the consideration of that reaction is known as enthalpy of a reaction, isn't it? So enthalpy of a reaction is nothing but it is a change in enthalpy that occurs when all the reactant species which were considered in a balanced chemical equation is considered or it is converted into product. So I'll consider simple reaction here. See, carbon reacts with oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide with its physical state, isn't it? So solid it is. Now listen, 1 mole of carbon reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide. See, whenever we consider these numbers, so those are stoichiometric coefficient which explain about, which explain about mole. So it explain about mole. Yes, 1 mole of carbon reacts with only 1 mole of oxygen and it gives 1 mole of carbon dioxide. See, again I'll consider another example, formation of water. Hydrogen is a gas here, plus oxygen is also gas. It gives water molecule that is nothing but liquid. See, in this case, 1 mole of hydrogen reacts with how many moles of oxygen to give 1 mole of H2O? Student, 1 mole of H2 reacts with 2 moles of 1 mole of H2, yes, reacts with half mole of oxygen, it gives H2O. See, you have to balance the chemical equation, isn't it? So now listen, enthalpy of a reaction is nothing but, it is a change in enthalpy that occurs when all these reactants convert into product. All the reactants convert. That means 1 mole of H2 reacts with half mole of O2. It gives 1 mole of water, isn't it? To complete this reaction, the whatever the energy changes or enthalpy changes occurred is known as enthalpy of a reaction. So now the question arises, what do you mean by standard enthalpy of a reaction? See, we consider not here. So that is nothing but standard enthalpy of a reaction. What do you mean by standard? See, whenever we are using standard term in case of enthalpy, in that case, the state of all the reactant must be a standard state. In that case, the formation or the statement for this one is, it is a enthalpy change or change in enthalpy, change in enthalpy that occurs when all the participating reactants and the products are in a standard state, their standard state. See, now the question again arises, what is standard state? See, standard state, so it is a change in enthalpy where all the reactant and the product, all the reactant and the product must be in a standard state. So now the question arises, what is standard state? Standard state for pressure, if in case I'll consider pressure is always 1 bar pressure. It is already discussed yesterday. Pressure is always 1 bar pressure. But whenever it comes for temperature, almost in all cases we consider 298 Kelvin as a standard temperature. But whenever we consider different substance, in that case, it might change. I given one example, isn't it? If in case we are considering liquid ethanol, in that case, its standard temperature is 298 Kelvin. If in case you are considering iron, in that case, its temperature is 500 Kelvin. It varies, okay? It varies, but whenever we consider almost all the condition, it will be 298 Kelvin. Remember this one, okay? Okay, student, this is clear. Enthalpy of a reaction is nothing but change in enthalpy which occurs when all the reactants which was mentioned in the balanced chemical reaction is converted into product. And the standard enthalpy of a reaction is nothing but change in enthalpy where all the reactants are converted into product, where the all reactant and product must be in its standard state. Change in enthalpy which occurs when all the reactant and products were in a standard state. Clear? It must be in a pure state. It must be in a pure state. Is it clear? So next one is enthalpy change. See, enthalpy change or change in enthalpy during phase transformation. During phase transformation or state transformation. Phase transformation or state transformation. See, from solid to liquid, isn't it? Next, liquid to gas, isn't it? Next one. If in case I'll consider direct from solid to gas. What about first one? If the substance convert from solid to liquid, what it is? Yes, it is a fusion. The process is known as fusion. See, if the solids are converted into liquid, in that case, the process is fusion. What about liquid to gas, student? Whenever liquid converts into gas, yes, that is vaporization. Next one, third one. See, solid is directly converted into gas without undergoing any liquid formation. Solid directly converts into gaseous form without undergoing any liquid formation. Yes, that is known as sublimation. So fusion is a process where solid substance converts to liquid, and vaporization is a process where liquid substance converts into gaseous state. And the final one, sublimation, is a process where the solid directly converts into gas without undergoing any liquid formation. Remember these points, students. So now we have to find enthalpy of fusion, enthalpy of vaporization, and enthalpy of sublimation. First one, I'll consider standard enthalpy of fusion. So that is indicated by delta FUS H with a naught. Clear? Standard enthalpy of fusion. What do you mean by standard enthalpy of a fusion, student? So whenever we consider enthalpy, it is a change in energy or change in enthalpy. Okay, we have to use change in energy. Okay, next, or enthalpy change. Standard it is, yeah. Change in enthalpy or change in energy that follows melting of how much amount? Melting of 1 mole of substance. 1 mole of substance. What is this? Namita, what is that? What is that indication? Which one? This one, delta. FUSH naught is nothing but standard, we consider naught. So see, whenever there is a standard term, in that case we have to consider this one. If it is like this, in that case it is simply enthalpy of a fusion. It is enthalpy of fusion. If in case you are using this one, in that case it's standard enthalpy of fusion. Don't use it as a F, it is FUS. Okay, use it as FUS. See, it is a change in enthalpy or change in energy that follows melting of 1 mole of solid substance. 1 mole of solid substance at its standard state is called as what? Enthalpy of a fusion. Is it clear, student? What do you mean by enthalpy of fusion? Standard enthalpy of fusion is nothing but it is change in energy or change in enthalpy that follows melting of 1 mole of solid substance in its standard state. That is very important. You have to write in its standard state is known as enthalpy of fusion. So here I'll consider simple example that 1 atmospheric pressure, and at 1 atmospheric pressure, water which is in a solid, that means ice converts into water, that is liquid, isn't it? So solid converts into water. That means whatever it is here, it is ice and this one is water, isn't it? Ice is converted into water. In that case, it is exothermic reaction or endothermic reaction, student. Melting is an endothermic reaction or exothermic reaction. It is an endothermic reaction. Very important. It is endothermic reaction. That means whenever it absorbs heat, in that case only ice will melt, isn't it? So whenever ice absorb energy, what will happen? It starts to melt. That means system is absorbing gas, that is heat. Okay, heat is absorbing what? Sorry, system is absorbing the heat. That means heat of this system increases, isn't it? System, this one is system, water is a system which is again at a high heat formation or heat because of absorption. So that's why I'll write it as delta H, that is nothing but delta, see, FUS dot is equals to negative or positive in this case, student? It is endothermic, negative or positive. Heat is absorbed by the system. It is positive. So that is equals to 6 kilojoule per mole. So this one is at 6 kilojoule per mole. Is this clear? Is this clear, student? So here we are discussing about melting. That means solid is converting into liquid. So that's why standard enthalpy of fusion is a change in enthalpy that follows melting of 1 mole. That is very important. You have to mention this. 1 mole of solid substance in its standard state. Very important because the question is standard enthalpy of fusion. Is it clear? Is it clear? Next one, we will move for second one. So this one is first phase transformation. That is nothing but enthalpy of fusion. And the second one is standard enthalpy of what? Vaporization. Tell me the statement, student. Tell me the statement. See, vaporization it is H naught. Tell me the statement. What? The energy which or change in energy that follows, yes, you have to use same definition, no problem. Change in enthalpy or change in energy that follows boiling of 1 mole of liquid in its standard state. Clear? Same definition. See, it is a change in enthalpy. It is change in enthalpy, or you can simply use it as energy. Change in energy that follows or required. You can use required to raise or boil. Okay, require or follows boiling of 1 mole of liquid substance in its standard state. In its standard state is known as, yes. So now any example, student, in this case, any example? Yeah, H2O liquid is converted into, yes, water in a liquid state convert into water in a gaseous state. That means it is a water and this one is vapors or steam. We can use it as steam. So now the question, for boiling, we need heat, or heat is evolved or heat is absorbed, student? Delta H is a positive or negative? For boiling, we need heat, isn't it? That means endothermic reaction. It is endothermic reaction. Whenever there is an endothermic reaction, heat is, or yes, heat is increased in the system, or heat is absorbed by the system. That's why it is positive, and the value of this is around 40.7 kilojoule per mole. Why we use this mole per mole? Because we consider it for 1 mole. 1 mole of water, 1 mole of water converts into 1 mole of vapors. This much heat is required. This much heat is required. Amount of heat required to vaporize 1 mole of liquid at a constant temperature and under state pressure is known as what? This one. See. So change in or energy or enthalpy, which is required to vaporize 1 mole of liquid substance at standard state, is known as your enthalpy of vaporization, or simply we use it as heat of vaporization. See, this one is also known as heat of vaporization. Heat of vaporization. Clear? Is it clear, student? So now in this case, condition is 1 bar pressure. In this case, it is 1 bar pressure and 100 degrees Celsius. That is nothing but 390, 373 Kelvin. Isn't it? 373 or 273? 100 degrees Celsius it is. Yes, 373 Kelvin. 373 Kelvin. 100 degrees Celsius it is. 273 plus 100, okay? So that is nothing but at 373 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. So liquid water or H2OAl is converted into vapors. That is the value of delta H. Here we write it as delta vaporization H naught. So that is nothing but standard enthalpy of vaporization. See, these are statements are very important for 1 or 2 marks. Okay. So question may arise, what is standard enthalpy of fusion? What is standard enthalpy of vaporization? And the third one is standard enthalpy. Which one? Standard enthalpy of, last one. First one is fusion, second one is vaporization, third one is sublimation. Sublimation. See, first one fusion, second one vaporization, third one is sublimation. So standard enthalpy of sublimation. What is the statement for this student? See, sublimation with H naught, because it is standard, isn't it? What is sublimation? So sublimation is a process where solid substance directly converts into gaseous state without undergoing any liquid, isn't it? Yes. In that case, you have to explain what is enthalpy of sublimation, or you have to write the statement for enthalpy of sublimation. Yes. It is a change in enthalpy. It is a change in enthalpy that is required for to convert or to change 1 mole of solid into its gaseous state in a standard state. Okay. See, change in enthalpy or energy required. Change in enthalpy which is required, or energy which is required when 1 mole of solid substance, I'll directly write here, sublimates. 1 mole of solid substance sublimates at a constant, or just write at a standard state, at its standard state. That means at a constant temperature and under standard pressure. See, under constant temperature. Why we are using constant temperature? Because different substance may have different temperature capacity to convert solid to gas. Clear? So that's why we consider constant temperature and standard what? Pressure. Standard pressure will remain as it is, that is 1 bar pressure. Is it clear? It clear? See, one thing about this one. So whenever we are considering sublimation, process, it completely depends on intermolecular force of attraction. See, it depends on intermolecular force of attraction. Why it depends on intermolecular force of attraction, student? Why enthalpy of sublimation depends on intermolecular force of attraction? Why? Any idea? See, we have to convert solid into gas. Isn't it? If the intermolecular force of attraction is less, that means that if intermolecular force of attraction is less, in that case, the conversion of solid to gas is easy. But whenever there is a high, that means intermolecular force of attraction is much more strong. In that case, what will happen? Conversion of solid to gas is very difficult. So that's why it depends on what? Intermolecular force of attraction. Here I'll consider one example: carbon dioxide solid, which is also known as camphor or naphthalene, yes, which is also known as dry gas. Yes, dry ice. It converts into carbon dioxide vapors, or we consider it as a gas. Isn't it? Isn't it, student? Yes, you can use a dry ice. It is an example of dry ice. Carbon dioxide it sublimates at around 195 Kelvin. So here it is 195 Kelvin with delta sublimation. See, we have to use delta sublimation. H naught value is around 25.2 kilojoule per mole. 25.2 kilojoule per mole. Yes, you can use naphthalene, camphor. So those are nothing but example for this one itself. That means for the sublimation process. Naphthalene, yes, naphthalene also sublimates at delta H value is 73 kilojoule, 73.2 or 3 kilojoule per mole. Is this clear, student? Is this clear? Is this clear? So these are about your this one, phase transformation. That means from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and this one is from solid to directly liquid. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear? If the question was asked for 2 marks, in that case you have to write the statement and any one example. Okay? But almost in all case it was asked for 1 marks. Okay? Next one. So there are some more types of enthalpies were there. First one is enthalpy of formation. Next one, types of enthalpy. In that case, enthalpy of formation. See, enthalpy of formation is shown as this one, F. See, fusion is delta FUSH. Clear? F is for formation, FUS for fusion. Don't confuse. F is for formation, enthalpy of formation, or simply we can use it as heat of formation. Heat of formation. Any idea, student, what is heat of formation? Heat of formation. In chemistry, we study about formation of compounds, isn't it? We study about the formation of compounds or formation of any substance or any compound itself. We consider it as a compound itself, whatever the molecule or atom combines together and form. Yes, compound. So now the question is, what is heat of formation? Heat of formation. Yes, it is a change in enthalpy. Same statements you have to use. It is a change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of compound is formed from its element. See, this one is very important. See, now I'll consider carbon reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. Clear? Carbon reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. Now, in case I'll consider another system, that is calcium oxide. Calcium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide, it gives calcium carbonate. It gives calcium carbonate. First, I'll give a statement. After that, you have to tell me which one is, in this case, which one is proper statement for this. See, enthalpy of a formation is nothing but change in enthalpy. You have to use change in enthalpy itself. Change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole, very important, 1 mole of compound, that may be solid, that may be liquid, that may be whatever it is, compound is formed by its elements, or from its formed from its elements, formed by its elements or formed from its element. So now just tell me enthalpy of formation. For this, which one is example, first one or second one? Which one is example, students? See, the thing is, here in both case, there is a formation of compound. In one first case, it is a carbon dioxide. In a second case, it is a calcium carbonate. So what is the change in this case? See, change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of compound, yes, in both the case, 1 mole is formed. 1 mole of compound is formed by its elements. So this is very important, student. You have to consider 1 mole of substance with one, that means proper elements. Yes, in case of second one, these two are again compound. Calcium oxide is a compound. Carbon dioxide is also compound. You know the difference between compound and element, isn't it? Compound and element. If in case I write hydrogen, it is a element. Helium, element. Lithium, element. If in case I'll consider hydrogen, it is a molecule. If in case I'll consider calcium oxide, it is a compound. Water, compound. HCl, compound. Isn't it? So that is the difference. See here, this compound is formed with two elements. One is with calcium, another one with oxygen. See, in this case, it is formed with two elements. One oxygen, one is carbon. See, our statement is when change occurs, when 1 mole of compound is formed by its element. So that's why this is not for your enthalpy of formation. So that's why this is different form. So now see, carbon reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. So this is this one is gas, solid, gas and gas. Is it clear, student? Is it clear? Huh? Now the question is, what is standard enthalpy of formation? Standard enthalpy of formation. See, next statement is standard enthalpy of formation. Standard enthalpy of formation. So that is nothing but delta F H naught. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Yeah, it is a change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of compound is formed from its element in their standard state, in that standard physical state at standard condition. That means you have to maintain its standard state and standard condition. Yes, you can use it as a stable state. Okay, so that is nothing but standard enthalpy of formation. Say same statement, change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of compound is formed by its element in their standard physical state at a standard condition is known as, yes, in this case we consider again same standard temperature as a 298 Kelvin and standard pressure as 1 bar. Clear? So now listen, in this case, we consider a reference state. So that means, see, we consider reference state where enthalpy of formation, standard enthalpy of formation is considered as a 0. See, this is very important, student. We consider a reference state. Some of those compounds or the elements can form delta F value as a 0. That means standard formation, enthalpy of formation for some of those elements or the compound is equals to 0, that we consider as a reference state. For example for this one is H2 gas. H2 gas formation. Standard enthalpy of formation for H2 gas equals to 0. Then oxygen gas is 0. Clear? So that means next one. Carbon, graphite, allotropic form of carbon. This is also 0. That means the formation of these compounds have 0 enthalpy of formation. Again, there are some example, chlorine gas or else rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is, it is again another form of allotropic form of sulfur. See, these all have 0 value for standard enthalpy of formation, which we considered as a reference state. We consider as a standard state or reference state. Remember this point, student. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? See, then I given one example, isn't it? Calcium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide. In this case, we got calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Calcium oxide reacts with plastic sulfur. Shravan, what is plastic sulfur? It is rhombic sulfur, rhombic, not a plastic sulfur. So see, calcium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide, it gives calcium carbonate. So in this case, we don't use it as a F, but we use it as a R. It has a value, sorry, formation. It has a value, but we don't use it as a F. But we use this as delta RH. What do you mean by R in this case? Enthalpy of a reaction. Enthalpy of a reaction. Don't use it as enthalpy of formation. Whenever there is 1 mole of substance or 1 mole of compound is formed from its elemental state constituents, in that case only you have to use it as R. Clear? Is it clear, student? So another example I'll give. Yeah, FeCl3 or ZnSO4. ZnSO4 reacts with copper. It gives CuSO4 with the elimination of zinc, whatever it is. So this is also not for the formation because ZnSO4 is a compound, not a element. But Cu is an element. But the condition is each and every element in a reactant side must be in a elemental state. Is it clear? And the zero reference state, that is delta FH value is 0. That state is very much stable state. Remember, that state is stable state. That is very stable state. So now I'll give some example and tell me which one of this is stable. See, for HF, this value is minus 271 kilojoule. Next one, for HCl, delta formation of H naught value is minus 92.3 kilojoule. Next one, for HBr, the value of delta FH naught equals to around minus 36.6 kilojoule. See. So now just tell me which one of these 3 compounds were strong, that means stable. Which one of these 3 compounds were stable? Which one is stable? Which one is highly stable, student? Which one is stable? Which one is stable? HF, HCl, HBr. See, think over this. Negative charge indicates elimination of energy. That means heat is eliminated. Heat is eliminated. Heat is eliminated. In that case, system must be at a stable state. System is at a stable state whenever there is a high or less amount of energy is absorbed or evolved. Yeah, give reason. Now give reason. Yeah, some of you written HF, some of you HCl, HBr. But tell me, it is 271. Okay, 271 it is. 271 kilojoule. 271 kilojoule. 271 kilojoule. Second one is 92.3 kilojoule. And third one 36.6 kilojoule. Which one is strong or which one is stable in this case? Simple question, student. So first one is stable, then second one, which is more stable than third one. See, first one is stable. HF is stable. Write a note here. Larger the heat evolved, high stable is the compound. Stable is the compound. Clear? That means, yeah, I already told Namita it is 271 kilojoule minus 271 kilojoule. Namita, it's 271. Second one is 92.36. Third one is 36.6. Larger the heat evolved. So heat is lost by the system. In that case, that system is stronger. Remember this thing, student. This is very important. As much heat is evolved, the compound will be stronger. That means while forming bond, see here, hydrogen reacts with fluorine, it gives HF molecule. H molecule reacts with Cl. Okay, Namita, it's okay, no problem. See, hydrogen reacts with fluorine, it gives HF by evolving large amount of heat. Further, HBr, hydrogen reacts with Br2, it gives almost 36.6 kilojoule of heat. In that case, this one is more stable. Remember, if the heat evolved is more, in that case, the compound is more stable. Is it clear? Is this clear? Is it clear, student? Okay. Just answer. Okay. Next one. See, already second one is first one completed, isn't it? That is the thing, but heat of formation or enthalpy of formation. So next one is enthalpy of combustion. What is combustion? Enthalpy of combustion. What is combustion? Delta C H naught, or simply I'll consider it as H. What is combustion, student? What is combustion? Which gas is required for combustion? Simple question. Which gas is required for the combustion process? Yes, oxygen. What is enthalpy of combustion? Yes, oxygen is required. For example, methane reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide and water, isn't it? So that is nothing but your combustion process. Oxygen is, burning. Burning is nothing but combustion itself in air and in the presence of oxygen. What is combustion? What is enthalpy of combustion? Yes, change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance completely burns. Clear? It is same statement. See, whenever you find an enthalpy, you have to write same statement. It is a change in enthalpy. It is change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of substance, 1 mole of substance burn completely, burned completely in presence of air or oxygen. In the presence of air or oxygen. Yes, you have to use 1 mole. That is very important. So that's why we write it as kilojoule per mole. Kilojoule per mole. So that's why you have to use the quantity of the substance. See, change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of substance burns completely in a air. That is known as your, yes, you can use ethanol, propanol, whatever it is you can use it undergo combustion. See, I'll consider a simple example in this case. That is CH4 reacts with oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide and water. So that is combustion. Clear? Again, you can use carbon reacts with oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide. So this is also another example. Or else you can consider octane. What is the formula for octane, student? LPG gas is filled with octane, isn't it? Octane. C4, octane, C4H10 reacts with again oxygen. It gives same carbon dioxide and water. So these are organic compounds. Clear? So in this case, the large amount of gas is evolved. Large amount of gas is evolved. So that delta H value equals to minus or plus in this case, student. Minus or plus, heat is evolved or heat is absorbed. See, burning is there. Burning. Heat is evolved. So that means negative. So this is 2658 kilojoule per mole. Kilojoule per mole. Yes. Again, another example is nothing but sucrose or glucose. You can use glucose. C6H12O6, C6H12O6 reacts with again oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide and water. In this case also delta H value is much more greater. That is minus 2802 kilojoule per mole. So if you don't know anything about these values, just at least write negative, positive. Okay, that's enough. Don't write delta H is equals to, that means don't leave this part. At least you have to write it as a negative or a positive because it is an exothermic or endothermic. You have to mention. Yes, MgO. MgO. Yeah, we can use MgO, but which product will form, that is confusing, isn't it? MgO reacts with again oxygen, it gives what? All combustion reaction have a carbon as a component? No, it's not required. It's not required, but it needs oxygen. It needs oxygen, okay? So that is very important. So remember, for combustion, oxygen is required. But we almost use organic compounds so that it is very easy to find the product, that is carbon dioxide and water. Yeah. Ethanol and water, this is not a combustion process, student. We don't use it as a combustion process. There is a process, ethanol, C2H5OH. Ethanol reacts with water. So this is not a combustion process. But whenever we consider ethanol with oxygen or ethane with oxygen, in that case, it is a combustion process. Is this clear? Is this clear? Now just tell me, what about standard enthalpy of combustion? Standard enthalpy of combustion. Same statement. Change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of substance burned completely in air or oxygen. In their standard state. Same. In their standard state. Clear? So that is nothing but standard enthalpy of combustion. Is this clear, student? Is this clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. So next one is about standard or enthalpy of solution. What do you mean by enthalpy of solution? Why we use a solution term in this case? What is enthalpy of solution? See, what is enthalpy of solution? Any guesses? Enthalpy of solution, please. Enthalpy of solution. Yes, Shravan. Yeah, dissolving in water. Here we are not using it as a aqueous solution, but it is simply solution. So that means you have to use it as a liquid, okay? So it is a change in enthalpy, same change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole, very important, 1 mole of substance is dissolved in specific liquid, is known as solution. See, why we use solution? See, solution is nothing but it is a combination of solute and solvent. Solute, solvent altogether gives solution. Isn't it? See, now if in case you are considering solute is a thing which is considered in a small quantity and solvent is in a large quantity. Yeah. So now if in case I'll consider 1 mole of sugar, 1 mole of or glucose, C6H12O6, and I'll dissolve it in water. Then in case we got what? Aqueous solution. Aqueous solution of sugar. See, I'll consider here simple example, AB as a solid. AB as a solid. So that means AB is a compound which is in the form of solid. Now I have to convert it into aqueous solution. In that case, I'll consider it as A plus aqueous plus B minus aqueous. For example, NaCl. See, NaCl, when it is dissolved in water, when NaCl is dissolved in water, it converts into Na plus, which is aqueous, Cl minus, which is also aqueous. Is it clear? Okay, we use plus charge in this case. Okay. So now the question, student, if in case we are considering this system, this is nothing but your enthalpy of solution. I'll consider it as delta SH now. See, we are using S in this case, or else you can use solution, because there is another thing that is sublimation. In that case, you have to use SUB. In that case, you have to use SUB. See. So now the question, students, see, AB solid will convert into, see, A plus gaseous state, then B minus gaseous state. What is this process? Or else I'll write here. Which is this process? A plus gaseous, B minus gas. Which is this process? Sublimation it is. It is sublimation. We use one term in this case. We use one term which is already discussed in our last chapter. Ionic, no. No. Ionization, no. Yeah, for that we use one specific word. Dash enthalpy it is. It is amount of energy required to or released to form 1 mole of gaseous compound or 1 mole of compound by the gaseous substituent or gaseous ion. What is that? It is lattice enthalpy. It is lattice enthalpy. Remember? Yes, it is lattice enthalpy. Clear? So that means we converted solid into gaseous ion. Gaseous ion. Now see, I have to convert this gaseous ion to aqueous ion. See, I have to convert this gas to aqueous form. In that case, there is a hydration process, isn't it? We immersed or we are converting gas to liquid, that is aqueous. That's why we consider aqueous system, that is nothing but hydrated system, HYD of H0. That is hydration enthalpy. See, this one is enthalpy of solution where solid is immersed in water, so that we got this system. Second one, AB is directly converted into gaseous ion, that is known as lattice enthalpy or enthalpy of lattice energy. And then, so these gaseous ions were converted into aqueous ions, so that's why that is known as delta hydration. So that means delta solution is equals to, enthalpy of solution is equals to enthalpy of, or lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. See, remember this one, student, remember this one. See, this is a direct process, where directly we converted solid into electrolyte, that is nothing but aqueous ions. But in this case, see, this is a long term where we converted AB solid into gaseous. After that we converted into aqueous. See, I'll consider here example of NaCl. See, NaCl, when it is dissolved in water, that is nothing but solution, we got Na plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. Clear? In this case, for lattice enthalpy, we got Na plus gaseous ion plus Cl minus gaseous ion. Now I have to convert this into this. In that case, we considered again water in this case. Say, here we considered initially it is dissolved in water, so that we got this one. But here, initially we converted it to gaseous ion, further we dissolved in a water, so that we can find this one. So that's why, remember, enthalpy of solution is always equals to lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. Is this clear? Is this clear, student? What is standard enthalpy of solution? Same. What is standard enthalpy of solution? Change in enthalpy that occurs when 1 mole of substance is dissolved in a specific liquid, which all are in a standard state. Is this clear? Is this clear, students? Is it clear? So next one is about enthalpy of transition. See, I already discussed transition is nothing but it is a process where one allotropic form is converted into another allotropic form. Now tell me the definition or statement for enthalpy of transition. Enthalpy of transition, student. So transition is a technique or a process which converts from one allotropic form to another allotropic form. Just tell me. Students, just reply. Yes, it is the energy required to change 1 mole of substance or element from one allotropic state to another allotropic state. So that is known as your transition enthalpy. Is it clear, students? See, we already studied about enthalpy of reaction, standard enthalpy of reaction, then phase transformation, standard state or standard enthalpy of sublimation, standard enthalpy of vaporization, standard enthalpy of, yes, sublimation, then standard enthalpy of solution. So these all are very important. Just remember all these things, student. Is it clear? If you have any doubt, just tell me, okay? Just ask your doubts in the WhatsApp, okay? You can also. Is it clear? Tomorrow you have a offline classes, isn't it? Yes, okay. Okay, fine, student. We'll continue now. Tomorrow class, okay? What, Ananya? What, Ananya? Yes, delta solution H naught is nothing but enthalpy of solution. Enthalpy of solution. Is it clear, Ananya? That is nothing but if we are considering any solute and we are preparing any solution, in that case, you have to consider 1 mole of substance which is dissolved in a substance. No, we used solution, SOL. Sorry. Okay. If in case we are using standard enthalpy of solution, in that case it will be H naught. That's it. Huh? Yeah. Whenever you are using standard enthalpy, in that case you have to use this naught over the H, or else it is simply enthalpy of whatever it is. Is it clear? Is it clear, students? Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. Take care.